All right, hey guys, so I'm sorry I'm not there, but I hope that by giving you a video, that kind of helps with some of the panic that you might be having. So we are looking at practice 6-7D practice, which is over equivalent expressions. If you don't remember, this is what we went over on Friday. So we talked about how an equivalent expression is when they have the exact same value and no equal sign. So other ways to write equivalent expressions is basically 4 plus 3 is 7, 3 plus 4 is 7, 5 plus 2, 2 plus 5, 1 plus 6, 6 plus 1. They all equal 7. So we're making sure that we understand as long as it has the same value, they are equivalent. Big thing was we talked about distributive property. The distributive property means that we are taking the outside and sharing it or multiplying it by everything on the inside. So this is 8 times 4 plus, because we keep our addition sign, 8 times 5, rewritten here. We can also simplify this one to go ahead and be 8 times 4 is 32, 8 times 5 is 40. Now in this case, we didn't have any variables. In other words, we didn't have x. So we could go ahead and get this down to equal 72 in standard form. But we also talked about how our placeholder x can be used we just can't get it down to one number because we don't know what x is equivalent to. So we can still take 4 and share it with everything on the inside. So negative 4 multiplied by our x value plus, keep that plus sign, negative 4 times 2. And if we do that, we're going to end up finding that we can't change negative 4 times x into one number. So we rewrite it as negative 4x plus negative times a positive is a negative, and 4 times 2 is 8. All right, after that little reminder, we're doing the same thing here. So which expression is equivalent to 3 times x plus 2? We're going to take that 3 and share it with everything on the inside. Now, which statement is true? Some of these, it's going to be easier for you to go ahead and go through and distribute and start solving parts of it. Or I talked to you guys about the magic 2. Now, if you're confused by using a variable and you just don't like using variables at all, instead of x, whenever you see x, plug in a 2. Now that is going to require you to do a lot more math, make sure you're following order of operations correctly, but it gets rid of that variable. The way that I would look at this one is, okay, I'm looking at 3 times 4 and 3 times x. So I know I have 3x, and 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 times 3, which is 6. 12 plus 6 is 18, and then we also have that 3x. So here, 3x plus 18, I think this is supposed to say which is not true. I'm not sure that, or I just answered the question for you. But you're going to go ahead and you're going to make sure, because we know to check every answer. So if we're following this, 3 times 4 is 12, plus 6 would be 18, and 3 times x is 3x. So this one's a possibility. You might, if you're not thinking or understanding the way I'm doing this, you might need more paper. You might actually need to plug in that magic 2 and figure out what you're doing. So, finding out which pair of expressions are equivalent. This was like our kickstart on Friday. We're talking about, okay, does this equal this? Except now we're adding in a variable. That's pretty much what you're doing each step here. You're looking through, you're going and you're checking, okay, are they actually equivalent? Do they have the same value? If you can't figure out by following along with our distributive property and our order of operations, then I do suggest using that magic 2 just to check, do I get the same value, that same answer? I'm going to read through some of these just so we make sure. Same thing here, same thing here. Okay, Adam wrote the expression 6 times 20 plus 3 plus 4 to calculate how much money each of his friends will pay for their own meals at a charity dinner. Which expression is equivalent to the one that Adam wrote? Okay, you got a whole bunch happening here. Make sure that you're paying attention to all the things that are happening. We have addition and multiplication. So that could rule out some things. We need to have some addition in this problem as well as multiplication. So if there's only one operation, you might need to check and see if that doesn't make any sense. 6th grade students from Jackson Intermediate School went to musical production at the theater. The principal bought 83 student tickets for $3.75 each and 7 adult tickets for $5.25 each. The parking fee was $15. The principal wrote the expression below to determine the total cost of the trip. 83 times $3.75 plus 7 times $5.25 plus 15. Okay, we have addition and multiplication. Make sure your answer has addition and multiplication, not just one or the other. Again, addition and multiplication. Make sure it has both. And pretty much it. Make sure you're going back to your notes. If you need to, use the magic 2. If you have more questions, don't worry. We're probably going to work on this more tomorrow. So don't rush through it. Take your time. Check your work. I'd rather you do quality work than quantity. All right. Good luck, you guys. I know you're going to be great. You're going to rock it. You be nice to Mr. Rand and make sure you're responsible for yourself and not others. So pay attention to what you're doing and don't try to correct others all the time. Bye, guys.